Going on, guys? Welcome, Rabid, here in the house. It is Friday. I almost said Saturday, but it's Friday, and crypto seems to be burning, like not looking good. Wow. Hey, we're actually seeing some green. Now, hold on. We got USDE, whatever that is, USD1, whatever that is, Meta X, whatever that is. ZEC look like it's coming up. Pump is green. You can kind of see it there. PUMP is Sky is green. WWB is green. I don't know what this little tiny thing is, but for the most part, we're seeing a lot of red. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Down to over, maybe, but the start of October started up. I guess nothing lasts forever. Is this the cycle peak and now it's just straight bears from here? It is over. Goodbye. Crypto's done. See you all in 4 years. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's do a quick roll call here. Squirrel Master, what's going on? First time mining's in the house. We do have myself. I am late. Banned. I'm going to ban myself because I was late. Apologize. About 4 minutes late. We got Kronzer. We got Masters McMasters. Quick Hash. 306 Miner. What's that? Calbasa there. Quick Hash again. We got Titulus Belinda. I always butcher that one for some reason. I don't know why. What was that? Coca-Cola. What is happening? When Bitcoin fork? Knots versus Core. Avatis Jokabakis. I don't have 100%. I don't know like all the specific details. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's go on the roll call here. Spec Body, what's going on? Red Jasper Kane. What do we got? Ninja Kids in the house. Oh,
Nuclear power plant run, Pots.
is here. Nice. Just jumped on me. Nicholas Pitt, Swamp 7. What do we got here? I see I'm Doc. I'm Doc is hanging out in the Kickster. What is going on over there? I'm Doc. And I don't see anybody in the Twitchster at the moment. So let's just scrolling up here where it's core versus knots for the Bitcoin nodes. I am not 100% sure the specifications on technical know-how on, what exactly the difference and everything is. It does sound like a lot of people, because of the version 30 core update, it allows the larger file sizes in it. So, it could be used for bad things. Supposedly Knots has a lot more, Knots will still allow everything through it depending how you configure it, but there's a lot more configurations and I guess manual settings you can do on Knots supposedly versus Core. Like you can filter out all those transactions, not allow any of them to actually go through. You can halt them on the blockchain. So that's a possibility. Like, yeah, I know decentralization, you can't do that. Obviously, people running the cores will still allow those to go through, but the people on Knots, you have more settings and manual configurations that you can do in the mempool to not allow certain size things and things to go through. That's how I kind of get it. But obviously, everybody would have to run Knots. Everyone would have to drop the file sizes and run it the same, so those things couldn't happen in order for it to go, in order to, silence that. Because, there could be one or two guys out of everyone else out there running core and it could go through on their node. So there's still obviously a lot of a roundabout, and I don't even know if that's 100% right. So it's best to look around and try to do your own research. I'm not 100% sure how it does its thing. VTC Vertcoin is up. Rud Pus Vertcoin's up thanks to, what is that, Ginger Dumbass? J Styles, burning ain't the word, it's bad. It's the worry of CP being included in tax with the data increase on the taxes. It's the worry of CP. Well, what's a CP? Being included in tax with the data increase on the tax. The CP being included in the tax. So like, oh, that makes sense. I'm not saying that, but yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was meaning. That's what happened to what is that? Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, is that the one? It was a Bitcoin Satoshi Vision was a fork of Bitcoin Cash, and they're the first ones to add it to this file size. And that's what happened there, is those things started getting added into that blockchain, and it was just bad news from there. It was bad, and that's essentially where all this is coming from for Bitcoin. It was because that happened there that they're saying, well, it's probably going to happen here now as well. So that's the thing. That's bad. VTC, the copper to Bitcoin. Yeah, it can make node operators. Yeah, that's crazy. Because in theory, you know, if someone decides to put that through there and you're running a node and it runs through your node and it's on your node or whatever, you validated that, then yeah, it would make you a bad you could essentially, yeah, depending on what happens and, you know, the law and stuff, that'd be bad. Yeah, for sure. People not realizing it. So running a core node is just straight up bad right now because I guess you could just go to jail and not even know why. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, yeah, but I'm not 100% familiar how it all works and how to. All I know is a lot of people are moving the knots because you can filter file sizes and things out of that, and then you know you'll be better on that. But yeah, VTC boys said that way back. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Vertcoin here. VTC, what is happening? Vertcoin, what are you doing, Vertcoin? You're green. That's good. 7 days. I don't know. 1 day. Well. Like, I don't know. Earlier today, it was up more. So is it actually up? It's just rough right now. It's rough. But now it's not. It's not super. It's bad, but it's not super bad. Yeah, we're red, but we're only at about 18.5 cents. So, like, we're not at 14-cent Dogecoin. You know, we're not at 90K Bitcoin. But keep in mind, though, guys, keep in mind that, you know, it could be coming. Like, let's just see. Let's just say Bitcoin did peak. What did it peak at? No, 124. I think where's the all-time high? It was actually higher than that. 126. Let's say Bitcoin, like right here, it says Bitcoin hit 126. So, you know, sometime next year could be that bear market. You know, I think the peak of the cycle is coming. You know, it's not different this time. Everyone always says every cycle there's more institutional money, there's more ETFs, there's more this, more that. Yeah, who cares? Cycle's a cycle, and it's coming to an end. This is 2025. We're coming to the end. Based on it, this month is the peak month if it happens 1 month sooner, because 2017 it was December, 2021 it was November. We're in 2025. This is October. Crypto may be done, but we don't know 100%. Hopefully, you know, maybe we have another month. Maybe it'll be the end of the year, December, Christmas again. I have no idea. But based on things, you know, if it was happening 1 month sooner, it may be over already. But we don't know for sure. But let's just say 126,000 Bitcoin happened so far. Now let's say that was the peak. That means the end of next year is most likely the bottom. So October of next year, we could see possibly, you know, 86% drop on Bitcoin. So if I times that by 0.86, that's about 108,000 of a drop. Now, I don't know if it's going to be that much. Let's just say 82%, 103,000. So let's go 126,000 minus 103. That's about 126,000. Subtract 103,000. That's like, yeah, that's too much. I don't think it's going to drop that much. That's maybe a 7. That's $23,000. I think it'll go up there, but maybe double that, so around 40. We could see possibly by the end of next year $40,000 to $45,000 Bitcoin if 126,000 remains the all-time high. It could go up. That was 11 days ago, but it could go up more, but we don't know. You know, maybe we're going to rebound from this. Like, I have no idea. But if this remains to be the peak, we could see October of next year, possibly 40 to 45K Bitcoin. That's a huge possibility because it happened every other time. Even though everyone says, no, it can't happen this time, it happened. So I really think that could possibly be the thing. Remember FTX? Yeah, that was huge. Well, supposedly this last crash that happened a few days ago with the Binance thing was worse than FTX. It was the largest crypto crash, you know, ever type of thing. And, you know, let's see it. If I open this up, come to my content here, right here. Yeah. So look at this. I put it right here. Where is it? What happened on the largest crypto crash in history? So this video right here went through it, and the crash that happened there with Binance having major issues and all sorts of other things happening on top of the tariff things, which, you know, a lot of insider things seems like it possibly happened. We have no idea though. Not financial advice, no idea. But you know, I got kind of go through from based on multiple articles that I found kind of what happened here, and it was bad. And this has been the largest crypto crash in history. And we're kind of rebounding on it, which is amazing because it was worse than what happened at FTX. And it sounds like a lot of it may have arrived around Binance. So I don't know. I don't really know what's happening. There's a lot of insider trading talk as well that happened. And there's a whole bunch of things added up to equal a perfect storm of just crushing the market. So it's pretty insane. It was pretty insane that would happen, but it's pretty crazy that we're actually rebounding from that, because that does show a lot of strength that we still have here in Bitcoin and stuff. But it's still pretty rough out there ever since that happened. Like, here's that crash right here. Is this it? Yeah, I went to 109 from 121. Maybe it sparked, it peaked right here. 126 was there, and then down to 109. But this was a pretty steep downhill trend. Like, I'm not a chart reader. I don't know. I don't see any Batman ears or anything, so it's looking pretty rough. Pretty rough. Now, altcoins, like, we have not really had an altcoin season, like, at all. Like, I don't even know. ETC hasn't done anything yet. Will it? Kaspa, I think at 20 cent was probably its peak. Now it's done. As much as those Kaspa guys want to say how great it is, it's the next best thing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Kaspa and what it's doing. So it's not going to go up, So we'll just see what happens. So hopefully long term something happens, maybe next bull run. But we're like, a lot of these coins, it doesn't seem like they're going to do anything. Monero had its run. It pushed 400 again. So that was amazing. Dogecoin didn't hit a new all-time high. It pumped way early. I don't know if it's going to have another round this cycle or not. I guess it depends what Bitcoin does. I don't know. A lot of times it works out. Like, that's the other major thing as well. Is there's a lot of money in crypto, but it's not directly in crypto. Does that make sense to you? With the ETFs and everything, that's money that's only flowing into either the Bitcoin ETF or only into the Ethereum ETF. It's not flowing into the market. So like, in like 2021 and stuff, when Bitcoin crashed, a lot of that was, people that actually had real Bitcoins. They're not buying Bitcoin on paper, fake Bitcoin on paper, and then, buying it from BlackRock, where BlackRock buys and sells based on the paper money that they buy and sell. So that's, it's all fake crypto. But back then, people are actually buying Bitcoin on the exchanges. They had real Bitcoin. So when they sold their Bitcoin, that was money that was still in USDT or USDC or whatever. It was still in crypto, and they would turn around and, try to make a quick altcoin season by pumping up a coin, buying a bunch of coins, and they'd spike and stuff. But we're not seeing that. All these Wall Street people are just buying paper. Money's going in and out of Bitcoin through BlackRock. That is it. It's not going into Litecoin. It's not going into Dogecoin. It's not going into any of these other coins. So it's a lot different now, and it kind of sucks. And maybe that's why we're possibly not seeing that altcoin season. But I don't know. I don't really 100% know how this all works. But I see Budweiser's name there, so we got to do it. Budweiser. Yeah, there we go. Nailed it. Yeah, we now have so much synthetic Bitcoin. Yeah, we have a lot of fake Bitcoin out there. We don't have real Bitcoin holders, just fake Bitcoin. The only people that are holding the Bitcoin from being bought is BlackRock and all the ETF holders, because they buy and sell the Bitcoin based on the orders they sell their fake Bitcoin to the people with. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But you know what? Hopefully, things rebound. That's all we can hope for. Will it? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Things are looking pretty rough right now. Did you guys see this? Gold Shell Announcer XC. So on my video earlier this morning, I don't know if anyone watched it. Doesn't seem like anybody really watched it. This one right here. If you guys haven't seen this video yet, watch it. Just because, even if you hit play button and don't even watch it, just walk away, just click on it, right? It'll help out the channel. I heard there's like nobody watching, like 228 views. Come on, guys. Like, what happened here? You watched all my other stuff and then you don't watch that one? Come on, just hit the play button. Help out Rabid, please. But anyway, so in this video, I went through kind of what's going on. There's a lot of talk out there that too many are going online, profitability is crashing and dropping, and that's not the case. The profitability is going down, but it's not because of people buying the miners and the network hash rate exploding. That's not the case. The yields and stuff are still good. It's just because of the crypto crash. Our profitability dropped about the same percentage that the price of Atari dropped. So, people that aren't buying these is good. It's good. Don't buy that machine, because people who have them, they're still getting good yields, and, they're still making good profitability. So that's a good thing out there for all of them. So I went through all that in that video that no one really seems to talk about. Everyone's just out there saying how, network hash rate is skyrocketing and the profits are dropping, but that's not the case at all. It's only profits are only coming down because of, you know, the price coming down. There's less miners went on with the second batch than the first batch, which is insane. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, Gold Shell announced this, I guess. And I went through that in the video as well, saying, you know, right at the start saying they're supposed to, because they told me that this will be coming Monday, I think, before they even made any announcement. So I had all the information already ready for you guys, so you weren't hit by a surprise. But again, you know, it's 100 gigahash, 65 watts. Who knows what the price is going to be? But that's a little card for you. Remember the little bite miner thing? $369 a day, which isn't too bad for only 65 watts. That's pretty good. But again, it's probably going to be overpriced. It's going to cost too much money. Too much money, guys, most likely, right? Am I right? They're going to overcharge for you because it has a decent amount of profitability. There's some big BTC holders. Yes. Oh yeah, there's tons of, yeah, there are some big BTC holders. Obviously some of the large mining farms are holding, and you know, people have been hodling since, who knows, 2010, stuff like that, hodling. There's been some big wallets that have moved this year that have sold from way back when they bought it at like 7 cents. Some people have sold. So yeah, there's some huge wallets out there that could definitely dump everything, but we'll see. Ninja Kid watched it. MGO Blue Sand watched it. Nice. Thanks for your guys' support. Much love. Love you. Everyone else, go watch it too so I can love you all. I'm just kidding. I do love you all. We wouldn't have a channel without all of you guys. I'm just bugging, but yeah, come on, just click on it and just let it play in the background. Kaspa is not doing great this bull market. No, it's not. Well, in theory, it did. Like I kind of talk about this lots. Like, I don't know when Kaspa actually peaked though. When did it peak? It was 2024. Yeah. So, you know, this is something I brought, like, ever since 2020 and stuff, 2021, I've kind of talked about this, is when you're coming up to the bull market, you know, at the 4-year cycles of 2025, there's I usually call it like altcoins and stuff. It comes in waves of 4. So like there's 4 altcoin seasons in a way. You know, some usually like in 2021 we had altcoin seasons for a lot of the alts, but it seems like we only have a couple alts each time, like maybe 2 pump here, 2 pump. There's probably a lot more if you count all the dumb meme coins out there. Those things are going up and down constantly all the time, and new ones come in, and you know all that. You know, when the first Pepe came out, and like what was that Hippo one, and you know, I don't even know what the heck they all are about, but a lot of those meme coins are up and down all the time. So we're talking about proof of work coins we all follow here, and you know, the first wave happens before 2025, so sometime towards the end of 2024, and that's kind of what we saw Kaspa. Obviously we had the Bitmain pump, but this is the 7th month, so it was over halfway through the year we saw Kaspa peak here pretty good. So you know, it kind of makes sense that, you know, that did that. Same thing with Dogecoin is another example of the kind of wave 1 thing here, where it peaked to let's just kind of zoom in more on this to kind of see where it started running. All right, so here's 2024. So yeah, we can see like it started running on the 11th, and it pumped for like a solid month. Those just pumped, and it stayed high. So end of 2024, just before 2025. This is why I think this Doge probably peaked right here. Didn't hit a new all-time high, but I bet you we all wish we could at least see 46 cents again, so we know that we could have sold. Looks like a lot of us missed the boat when it came to Doge, and then now it's sitting to where we are right now. You know, not very good compared to what it was. So, you know, that's wave 1. Now, second waves is, you know, let's bring up Bitcoin again. It just kind of goes. So that we have that wave. Now the second wave that usually hits is sometime in like March, January, February, March. So like the 3rd or 4th month of the year is usually when we see wave 2 of altcoin season. So we have the first one happen sometime toward the end of the previous year of so end of 2024, we saw some coins pump. Now the next one is usually you know, March, April, May. In there is the second wave, and then the third wave is usually sometime towards the end of summer, which we just seen we're kind of having now. And then and what the end of summer, which is where we are right now, actually. So we're in step 3 of the pumps for altcoins, and now we don't know if we're going to a bear market or what's going forward, right? So right now we're hitting the peaks here. This is usually when Bitcoin peaks, is the third wave of, you know, the cycle of the peaks here. So that's where we're sitting right now, whether it's this month or next month or December, we don't know for Bitcoin exactly, but we're coming right up to it, right? And now we're moving into the final one, which is where we kind of saw flux and late stragglers, which will be sometimes from January, February, or March of the following year, so 2026. So let's just look at flux just to compare it, you know, in 2021, where it peaked after everything. So we can see it right here. It happened January 12th. So everything was done at this point. Like 2 months prior, everything was done. And then Flux came in with this weird looking middle finger and said, here we're pumping. And then, you know, that was the end. So that's wave 4 of usually those altcoin seasons. What happens a little bit for the late stragglers, January, February, or March. Now, hopefully something, maybe Doge could hit the late straggler. I don't know. Maybe Kaspa. I doubt it, because we already seen it happen, you know, as step 1 of the altcoin type of thing. So, you know, maybe a lithium, because I don't think it really did anything yet. So maybe it'll be a late straggler. I have no idea. But that's kind of how I look at like the 4 waves of the altcoin kind of pumps there. So we got the first ones would happen earlier. We got the second ones that happens at the beginning of the peak cycle year. We got the third wave, which happens towards the end of the peak cycle year. And then we got the late stragglers as the 4th one towards the beginning of the following year. So that's in a nutshell how I've noticed a lot of these go. And for the most part, all these coins are done already. And it's sad to say that, but I think most of these are done. All we have left now is really the late straggler pump, and depending if Bitcoin is actually has hit its peak or not, that we still have to see, but there is a pretty good chance that it probably did. And remember, I'm not a pro chart. I'm just a dumb miner. You know, I don't know anything about charts. I don't know none of this stuff. Financial advice. Don't know when to buy, sell, any of that stuff. Just pay attention, and you know, based on everything that's happened the past 3 cycles, it's looking like peaks are coming, and we're going to be moving into that bear stage. Now, because we're moving into a bear stage, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, I do see Crypto Baltus here. BC2 block time is 8640. Reminds me of Ergo. Yeah, we talked about that last live stream where new coins just cannot use Bitcoin structures. They can't. And it's being, BC2 is being manipulated like crazy by one large farm, that when the block rewards finally do adjust down, which it seems like it's been taking over a month or something, that it still hasn't really adjusted down, that he just comes back on, and then he takes all the blocks and he leaves everyone who's like, yeah, BC2 is the next best thing. BC2 is awesome. Mine BC2. All of you guys that are stuck there mining BC2 at a super slow block time, you're not making nothing, and you're just helping the network chug along until it finally drops back down again, and that one exahash guy is going to come right back and steal all your guys' profits again and leave you mining a broken, dead blockchain. So you know what, if you're mining BC2, I'd probably just stop. If you're not making any more than you are with Bitcoin, mine Bitcoin. It's the same miner to mine both coins, the same algorithm. If you really want BC2, mine Bitcoin and just sell it and buy BC2. Do whatever you want, not financial advice, but that's the way it's working. You guys are being played like a fiddle by some large entity that's manipulating the crap out of BC2, and you guys are just, you know, oh yeah, BC2 is awesome. No, it's not. It's not. It's a broken blockchain that people have too much hopium over. That's my 2 cents on the situation. But we'll see what happens moving forward. BCH is better to mine than BC2 with the blockchain. Yeah, well, I never did look at Bitcoin Cash too much. That's Bitcoin Cash, right? BCH. Let me just double check that so I don't look like an idiot. But yeah, Bitcoin Cash, BCH. I never did look at probability on Bitcoin. Actually, you know what? We could easily do that right now. I'm mining now. Let's just bring up a Bitcoin miner. Let's just go A15 to you. Where's the 220 terahash A15 Pro? I don't know why they have Practical Bitcoin separate here. It's Practical Bitcoin is merged mined with Bitcoin now, is it not? Am I getting that wrong there? I'm pretty sure this is merged mined with that. So you should be adding these two together. So unless there's two chains of it, is it like Tari where they have one that's merge mined and one by themselves? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is merge mined with it. So they should be added onto each other. So in theory, you should be over $8 a day mining both merge mine. But I'm going to have to look into that and figure out what's going on with that. But here we have Nice Ash. Here's Bitcoin Cash. So yeah, Bitcoin Cash is only $3.48. Whether Bitcoin is merge mined with, you know, or not, you're still making more mining Bitcoin than Bitcoin Cash. And BC2, you're probably not making anything with the slow block time. So you're better off. It's the exact same miner, same algorithm. You're better off mining one of these coins and just, you know, selling it and swapping it to BC2 if you really want BC2. If you're that, you know, on BC2, get more coins by mining Bitcoin. It's, you know, it's that simple. Obviously, then the network hash rate will drop more. You'll probably never be able to send it or send it to an exchange or something because of that. So let's just look at BC2 now. BC2, 86.47. Ouch, ouch. And the price is crashing to 87 cents. Like, okay, let's look up new profitability on this. BTC miners. Oh my gosh, are we really going to do this now? Okay, BC2 now. All right, so we got 86,400 seconds in a day. We are going to divide that by how much? What is it? 8640. 8640. That is 10 blocks a day being found. 10 blocks a day is being found. Times that by 50 block rate. So there's 500 Bitcoin 2 coins being found a day. Only 500 now. So this is dropping to 500. 500. Awesome. Price is 87 cents. All right, let's look at 87 cents here. 0.87. There we go. So that's $435 a day that BC2 is paying its miners. Now, how much hash rate is online right now? 33.94 petahash. 33.94, hardly anything. 33.94. All right, you are getting $2.86 from 220 terahash. An A15 Pro is making $2.81 before power cost. You're getting 3.24 coins a day for 3,300 watts. That is negative. You are not making anything mining BC2 right now. Negative. So yeah, $2.81 before any types of power costs is what you're getting right now mining BC2 at the extremely slow blockchain speeds. And yeah, insane times ahead. So yeah, I would not be mining that coin. Personally, myself, I would not mine that. But that's just me. You are missing the part where the high diff creates scarcity. Yeah and no, but the thing here is like, how do I show this? So it does and it doesn't. Because think about it. I said it's being manipulated. So it's going to take a while. So picture this. This is what I mean by what's going on here. So look at these right here. Where is the button? All right. So look right here. See these difficulty? Like this is where I came in right here. I came in here one time and I saw that it was 1 exahash was online. Before that, it was only 200. So look at this. When there's only 200, let's say there was, now we're at 33. Let's just say 333. But the block time, because that big guy came on, the difficulty dropped. The block time was only 70 seconds. So right now you're thinking like, this is the thing. It evens out long term. It evens out long term. You're thinking scarcity because of this, but because it adjusts so slow. Like right now, it's like ergo. It might take a month. It might take 2 months to finally adjust down because everybody mining right now is not making anything. It's going down. But eventually, when I saw the 1 exahash online, the block time was only 70 seconds. It's going to adjust down, and that means there's going to be a crap ton of blocks being found, and it was super profitable. So as everybody mining it right now at a slow block time, it's all crap. You're not making anything. Now, the block time will eventually adjust down from the low amount of hash. So now let's say we go 8,400 or 86,400, and now we divide that by, let's say, 70-second block time, which is extremely fast. That's 1,234 blocks being found. Times that by 50, that is 61,714 coins per day. So now we're going from 500 coins a day to 61,000 coins a day. And that's what happened. When this adjusts down, that big miner comes back for this 61,714 coins a day. Look at this. Now 220 terahash at 300 petahash is making $35 a day. Now you have that big guy come in here and he's making mad amount of money. He was making like hundreds of dollars a day on this. So you see what happens? So that scarcity, it doesn't change. The difficulty adjusts down, the blockchain speeds up, and now a crap ton of coins are being found per day is how it works. And that's what I'm saying. Every time the difficulty adjusts down, this large 1 exahash farm comes in, eats up all these blocks, steals all your guys' rewards. He mines 61,000 coins in a day is like what? So if you could spend, he takes all that up, then the difficulty goes back up to 500. So let's just go 61,714 coins, divide that by 500. That's 123 days worth of you guys mining right now that he gets in coins in one day. In one day. So you're going to mine for 123 days so he can come back and mine for one day and take it all again and the difficulty skyrockets again. It'll even out long term once the difficulty adjusts back down because the chain will speed back up. But then that guy will come back, take all your guys' freaking coins and then leave again and dump them on you guys. So it doesn't make it more scarce. It's just that the difficulty can handle heavy manipulation from massive movements of hash rate. And that's what's happening here is BC2 is being manipulated by that giant exahash farm. So now let's say it's this. So let's actually put in, that's at 220 terahash. Let's move the net. Let's just see how much would this guy actually make? How much would this guy make? So right now 220 is making 40 coins. We saw you're making 3. Let's move the network hash rate up to, 1 exahash or something here. So I'm just going to put this into 1 exahash. We'll go 1.2 exahash because it'll be like 1.2 exahash. So there'll be 1200 petahash. We're going to go this amount of terahash. I'm going to copy this in. I'm going to put that in here. So this will be the new network hash rate, right? This is the new network hash rate. And see, now it's 220 terahash is making 984. It's still a lot better because the blockchain is still faster than what you're getting now. It's 3 times more profitable. But remember, this guy has freaking, let me see here. This guy has 1 exahash. So we're going to come into here and take 1 exahash and I'm going to put that in the terahash. And here's his hash rate. All right. So we're going to put his hash rate in here. There, yeah. Is that what you want? This guy's going to make $44,000 a day. He's going to get 51,000. So at this speed, I said there's going to be 61,714 coins mined per day. This guy's taking 51,428 of those coins. And at only 87 cents, that's $44,000 in a day. So he comes in on the low difficulty, steals 95% of all your rewards. He's getting 51,000 of 61,000 coins in that one day of low difficulty for 44,000 at only 87 cents. And then the difficulty shoots up, he leaves, and we're where we are right now again. Everybody who's currently mining it, thinking it's the next best thing, mining on a slow blockchain, getting 3 coins a day and running negative. So it is heavily manipulated by a large farm that's just taken. So does that kind of make sense to you? It's not making it more scarce because once that difficulty goes down, a lot more coins are going to be pushed out there. And then this guy will come back and he'll just take it all from you guys. So that's in a nutshell kind of what's going on there. So hopefully that explanation kind of makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? And that was a lot more. Yeah, it's 44K at that. Like, remember, this was up to $2. This went to $2 at one point. So he was making $102,000 a day. Imagine that. That one miner was making $102,000 when this thing was at $2. He makes 44K at the current price right now. This was way higher before. You're wondering why it probably dropped in price? Somebody's taking some profits. One day of mining. Like, what? Like, that's what's happening here. People are being manipulated and they don't see it. That's why I'm trying to bring these numbers to light so you guys realize what is happening right now. It's very slow, and you guys, it's just like Ergo. When Ergo came out and they said, come on guys, we need miners to mine at a loss, help move our blockchain, because no blocks to be found. You can't send any transactions, confirmations are taking forever. It took a month for them to find the block, with everyone coming on to help them. And that's what's happening here. The difficulty shot up to here based on that one guy that had 1 exahash. Now there's only 33 petahash online to try to get through this super high difficulty. And then all of a sudden it's going to be, because there's hardly any hash rate online, it's going to finally adjust way back down to here again. The guy's going to come back. The block time is going to be back down to like 70 seconds, 1 minute block times. And there's going to be a crap ton of coins. He's going to take it all, and then he's going to be gone and let you guys, try to bring the difficulty back down over 2 months or something. So just pay attention. These guys know what they're doing. If I was them, I'd be doing the same thing. This is stuff I talk about all the time. Look for where network hash rate leaves. When Zeph was down to hardly anything, like look at it now. I talked about this. Zeph was a prime example. Look at the hash rates back to almost 200 mega hash. Zeph was down to 40 mega hash. When the price was only 45 cents or something, 40 cents, you're making like 30, 40 coins a day. And then all of a sudden now it went up to $1 and stuff. Like you're making $50, $60 a day if you were mining them because the yields were so high. And it's the same thing. Sometimes it's not about, this coin's only paying $5,000 a day. If a coin's only paying $2,000 a day, you can still make a lot of money off it if you look to where there's no hash rate. If you're getting high yields because hash rate dropped off, you could be making a lot of money, even though the coin looks like it sucks and it's only paying $2,000 a day, $800 a day. I have no problem making $700 a day if no one else is mining it, right? Do you see where I'm coming from? Look for coins where hash rate has dropped off. Just because everyone's talking negative about it means they're probably missing a boat on a possible opportunity. And that's where I'm always looking. And a lot of you guys who follow my channel for quite some time, this, and I have no problems going behind people and scooping up scraps. That's what I call it. I'll be a scrap miner, a spec mining scrap miner. I go behind people and go where hash rate has left, because that means they don't even plan on looking back at it anytime soon. And then all of a sudden, if a price starts moving up or something, you're capitalizing on high yields. So yeah, what that guy is doing to that chain, he has the hash rate and he's doing it. That's the exact same strategy that I've been saying for years, that to do with your hardware is look for the things with their difficulty up and down and so on. And it's just another crypto mining strategy. So does that make sense? You guys kind of understand what I'm kind of pointing out there? Can you take a look at DMT NAT? DMT NAT. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Cut the muzik. These are all indirect tax on Bitcoin. Rabid become CoffeeZilla. Alvatus talk about his Rabid become CoffeeZilla. No. I'm nowhere near CoffeeZilla. That guy is pretty amazing on his investigative. It'd be awesome. I gotta learn. I gotta watch more of his videos and do that, because I think that'd be a lot of fun doing investigations like that. But yeah, you just gotta be open to everything around. Like, yeah, craziness. I like Rabid's ASIC ad over Red Pandas. What was my ASIC ad? Which one? Which ASIC ad? What was mine? I don't even know which ad you're talking about. Go Blue Sand. Let me know what you mean. Can you take a look at KAD? I'm not sure what that is. GMG Warlord. It becomes scars while the dip is very high. The reason MD shows up with multiport is because BC2 becomes more profitable than BTC and BCH. The most emissions we have seen in a day is 39,000. 39,000 coins in a day? That is a lot. That's crazy. That's about half of what I was saying it was, though. So from 102,000, he was making 54,000. That's still a lot of money. 51,000 or whatever. Let's just see, where is, Mining Dutch. Yeah, I want to look at that actually. I want to look Mining Dutch. Let's go Bitcoin. How much hash? Like Mining Dutch, when it comes to SHA-256, Mining Dutch doesn't have that much hash rate. Like how much hash rate do they have on Bitcoin right now? Because that's probably where all the Mining Dutch miners would be based on the multi-port. Mining pool, mining for people, mining. Where is Mining Dutch? Mining Dutch, where are you? Oh, right here. 227 petahash. So 227 petahash. So mining Dutch has 227. Now let's just look at what other pools are on BC2. 227 on there. Now there's quite a bit here actually. So it's 227 plus another 10 here, so 237 petahash. So like that's all the hash rate they have is 200 and some. So you don't even have 300 petahash if you add all these up. Like you're not even getting the petahash adding these ones up. So like you have like 235 petahash between all these pools together. And like I said, the big guy came in at 1 exahash. Like all these pools added up didn't even come. They're only like 20-25%, or I guess 30% of that one big guy. So yeah, pretty crazy. That just says how big that guy is. He is the entire network on Bitcoin BC2 right now, and all of mining Dutch that's currently on Bitcoin is only 30% of that one guy alone. So he takes over the network and he steals 90%. I guess it'd be 70% of all the rewards because there's still another 30% of hash rate out there. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy just, the amount that he has there. I do mine BTC and convert to BC2. I do give you that point. Thanks. Okay. All right. No problem, GMC World. It just makes more sense. It's just like everything else, like I don't really support networks. I'm a proof of work miner. I just, most of us, we just care about profitability. Am I right? Like seriously, you wake up in the morning, look at like Ergo, like I'm not nothing against any coin I mentioned here, but do you wake up and you go, okay, Flux or Ergo? Yeah. I got to check my rigs. Everything's on. Okay. I'm still mining at a loss, but I love this coin. It's freaking amazing. And I'm just going to continue to support it with hash rate because I never want anything to happen to it. I'm okay with losing all this money to help support that network. Do you think like that? I know I don't. I wake up and I'm saying, all right, this is a negative, turn off. Oh, this is more profitable. Okay. I'm going to go mine that one now. That's what I do. And that's what I try to showcase in all my videos, and that's where I try to bring profitability to you guys. Yeah, it ends up destroying profitability and everyone gets mad at me. I know when I did this video, everyone really got mad at me. You guys read the comments in this video here? Wow, there's a lot of people that didn't like it, but you know what, it's just what I do. I always try to keep I let everyone know. Now the thing here is, that's another thing, a point that I just brought out is where I don't mind going behind people with scraps. So like I did this in the past. I made a video. This coin is looking good right now. This coin's looking good. And like what was it? A Qubit coin. It's been on hashrate.no for a while. So it's not like it was anything hidden. It's not like I brought some hidden coin to light and everyone got mad. It's that it was there and I just read hashrate.no and I said, hey, look, this is looking profitable right now, guys, and whatever. And then all of a sudden the yields go down and a lot of people didn't like it, right? But now you wait a month, you wait a couple of weeks, a month, and people start to leave. You come back a month, 2 months later, all that hash rate's gone, and that's what I just talked about. Pick up the scraps. Well, I already did a video talking about the coin, so everyone. It's not my problem. Everyone left, and now it's profitable again. I start mining it behind everybody, and now all the profits back. So like, it's just a vicious cycle. You always just got to keep your eye on. Fundweiser, member for 48 months of the Rabid's Den. 4 years, baby. We love Rabid mining. At 7 cents per kilowatt hour, I support what I believe in long term. 7 cent power. You can't do that with most coins actually at 7 cent powers. Now, if you're at 12 cent power, 10 cents pretty rough these days. 2021, 10 cent was pretty common, decent, but now, yeah, it's hard to get 10 cent power. But, people at 15 cent power, 20 cent power. It also depends on the size of your farm. Like if you only have a couple rigs, one CPU, maybe 2-3 GPUs, it's not going to break your power bill. But you start stacking up like 50 CPUs or, you got like 4 or 5 12 card rigs and stuff like that. Starting to donate your power also at that point becomes a lot more expensive and you start looking into it as well that way. So like, I know there's some things like a Leo. I got, what's it called? I got the Ice River miner on a Leo, it's only 100 watts. You're not going to notice it. So I have no issue with that, but it's also profitable. So, there's that, but like small things like that. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with, but when you start getting bigger farms and, it gets expensive to run them, then it becomes a different ball game of like, yeah, do I support this coin? Or am I looking for profit? You have to bean on it all the time. A Leo screw. Oh no, Bleach. What happened? What happened with a Leo? What'd they do? What happened, Bleach? Let us know. Let us know. How did a Leo mess you up like that? What happened with a Leo? Was it a Leo in general or something else with a Leo or what? How is a Leo even doing? I haven't looked at that forever. A Leo. A Leo, how are you? 7 days, not looking good. 1 month. They had something happen here. A little bit. Oh, what were they at? Oh, they're over $6. I forgot about that. Now they're nothing. I held it, then it crashed. Oh, you held it, then it crashed. That's everything. Look at this. End of 2024. It looks like the end of. That's when the mining just started. Actually, is that an ASIC pump? Yeah, Leo's a rough one. I think a lot of people were waiting for the main bull market year 2025 for a lot of these, and a lot of them did their thing just prior. It's wave one of the altcoins, and they're looking rough. Very, very rough right now. That sucks. That sucks. Yep. All right, what else we got going on here? I am becoming less of a miner and more of an investor. Oh, I guess that's definitely one way to look at it. But you know how to read charts, though. I see you in Discord all the time, posting charts and stuff. So you at least have ideas of what's going on there. I have no clue. I have zero clues. So I just look at power costs and coins that are mineable. Anyway, guys, we've been here for quite some time. I did live stream today instead of tomorrow because tomorrow I don't live stream stuff on Saturdays anymore because it is Sabbath. If you guys are unfamiliar, Sabbath, that is the day that the Lord blessed for us all to relax, praise him and all that stuff, go to church and all this stuff on Saturdays, seventh day of the week. So yeah, tomorrow is day off time. I don't usually check my phone or do anything. So I do appreciate for showing up. I will be back on Sunday. Love you all. I will see you all in the next one.
Rabid out.